The people in the Netherlands, they think that Israel is a holy land, that it's not so holy, and we are standing now in the middle of Tel Aviv, one of the most miserable places in Israel, with lots of refugees, prostitutes, and drug addicts, red light district of Israel. And the reason why I want to show you this place, if 25 years ago a Dutchman, John Pex, he's from Eilat, he came and shared the gospel with me, and without that I would probably end my life also here in this area. So really Jesus saved my life also physically and also spiritually. So shalom, my name is Boris Dov Bikas. I'm 52 years old, and I was born in Lithuania, in the former Soviet Union. My background is very Jewish. My parents are, you can call them Holocaust survivors. Most of the family of my father, they were killed by the Nazis. And when I was 12 years old, we moved to Israel, we immigrated. My father was a Zionist. And then when we came to Israel, life was not easy for my parents. They work long hours, and then I was growing in the street with my friends. So we started smoking cigarettes, using alcohol, then light drugs like hashish, and my idea of life was that just looking for fun without doing anything. My thinking was completely mixed up, completely wrong. So I never really study, I never work. I was kind of a hippie. I went to the army for 3 years. When I was 21, I finished the army, the military, and I kept living the same kind of life, emptiness. So I used to live in Eilat when I was 25 years old with my brother. And then one day I met a Dutchman. His name is John Pex, and he was telling me about his faith in Jesus. But I like him. He was a very nice guy, but nice man. But in the atmosphere I grew up, we used to hate Gentiles and Christians because of the Holocaust, and I was really against the Bible. And it's interesting. I didn't know then that the Christian Bible it's actually the translation of the Jewish Tanakh. Most of the Israelis they don't know it either. Most of the Israelis they think that the Bible, the Christian Bible, it's like the Quran. And then there is a Christian youth hostel that John Pex is managing it. It's called The Shelter. So I start attending, visiting the place. I like the place. I like the guys, especially the believers. I could see that they're happy without drinking, smoking. I saw that they have some meaning in life. They have something that I didn't have those days. But still, as a Jew, it was very difficult for me they used to invite me stay for the Bible study, but every day they had Bible studies there. But when only the Bible study was beginning, I used to leave the place. But one day on the shelf I found a book in Hebrew, and I didn't know it was a book about Yeshua. I thought it just a story. I didn't know that this was actually the 4 Gospels in the modern language. I thought that it's just a book because I couldn't hold the Bible in my hands. I remember even once somebody gave me a Bible at the beach and I threw it to the garbage. So this book, I didn't know it was the New Testament. This was the reason why I started reading this. And I remember when I came to Matthew chapter 5, the Sermon on the Mount, and I started reading it. Then first of all I understood that like a man like us couldn't say such special words. I could feel that Jesus was something above, something really, really special. Yeah. And then as I was reading the Sermon on the Mount, my life began changing. First of all, I felt that I'm loved, and I think this is what I was missing all my life. And I was especially when I was reading the words where Jesus called God the Father. So when I was hearing the Father, that God is my Father, it started making something in my heart. And then also I felt a special peace in my heart that I never had before. I was so depressed. I was even thinking to commit suicide. I was still 25 years old. And then as I was reading the same verses, the same chapters, I started to realize that my life started changing in a supernatural way. I just stopped smoking cigarettes, using cigarettes, alcohol, no hashish anymore. I think the change has happened in 1 week. I used to wear long hair, look hippie look, and then I cut my hair, I threw out all these clothes that I was so proud of, and many other good things happened in my life. And then also I used to really hate people. I used to like only my friends, and all the rest of the people I used to hate. And then after Jesus came to my life, I also I started loving people. And also my relation with my parents, they changed completely.